Looks like I'm starting to run out of daylight, but here is the final of the stack of PCs I brought home. This is certainly a step back in time from all of the other ones. It has a CD-ROM drive, a floppy drive, and in a sec, as I zoom in, has the old Intel Inside Pentium MMX. This is quite a bit older than any of the other machines I looked at. Looking at the case, it's immediately obvious this is the cleanest and by far the oldest PC in this collection. The only case ventilation that's active is the power supply exhaust fan. Ejects warm air from the case through the power supply and out the back. It's a 200-watt power supply. Right there in the center of the frame, underneath that green-tinted heatsink, that is the processor. There's no fan needed. Further down the board, got 2 slots for memory modules, 1 module installed. Zoom in there, that is the onboard graphics chip. That is a 3D Rage. Be taking a little look at that later, I think. Here I got some expansion card slots. Again, like the other gateway, there's a lot of empty space in this. Very, very old, and thankfully does not need a lot of cleaning. Here's a look at this pin-fin heatsink. Passive, no fan. I like the green color though. And on this side, give the camera a moment to focus. 200 megahertz right there, so I'm not sure if that's accurate. Hopefully I can see in a second when I take out the processor itself. And on the bottom, no thermal paste, just this little pad. I think these CPUs were maybe 20 watts, something around there, so they didn't need the really extreme cooling systems. This must have been before when Intel and other manufacturers started writing the specs of the chip on the top of the heat spreader, because as you can see, all we know so far is what it said on the case. Intel Pentium with MMX technology. And, might be a bit more. There's a little more information, 2.8 volts. And, yeah. Awesome, and old, but awesome. Here is the older of the 2 gateway computers. I was able to find a manufacturing sticker that said 1997, so this one's getting up there in years. It's also the one I'm most worried about. Progressively, these computers have required more and more poking and tweaking in TLC before they would run, so hopefully this one is able to start. Let's see what happens. Turning on the mains now. Don't see any lights on, but nothing blew up either. And I think I hear the power supply running. It's drawing 1.8 watts from the mains. So now, time to hit the go button. Anything? Nope. This has to have been the silliest and simplest fix so far. The front cover had a bent tab at the top, which means it didn't seat properly. The linkage to the power button from the actual outside button to where the switch is, that became out of alignment, so it didn't hit the switch when the button was pressed. So, quickly applying some pliers to those tabs, got them to fit in their slots again. Front cover sits perfectly now, and the button linkage is back in alignment so it actually hits the switch and actuates the switch when you press the button. Now we'll see if this computer can start. Mains power on. Wait for the screen to start. And now, contact green light. And let's see. Screen is on, getting some video output. Let's see. Display type wrong. CMOS settings wrong. Oh, look at that. Let's see. Oh, and what do you know? Right into the setup. Let's get a look at that screen. Okay. There's a look at the menu here. Copyright 1997 Gateway. System date January 1st, 1996. Oops. I think it lost track of where it's supposed to be. Now going down. This time. That. Memory BIOS version. All of that. Let's see. Yep, processor type Pentium family. 200 megahertz. 512K cache. And then we have SD RAM. There's a look at it doing its trying to start, but can't really, and shutting down. Thanks for watching.